Hey, good morning, folks. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. With so little weather around, we have so much to talk about. We're talking about the heat advisory for today. That's pretty apparent. Storms tomorrow into Saturday. Already Thursday, isn't it? And a 3-day, what I'm calling a cool down, is on the way. Remember, I use the quotation marks there as we do so often. We'll drop back into the 80s, and then we're watching for the possibility of a true heat wave coming late next week or the following week. So we'll get into that too. All right. So, hey, but first off, how about some hellos to folks? Hey, Bill Hobart from Sterling Heights and Joe Brownlee. Hey, if you could do me a favor right now, we got 679 people on here. Hit the share button. Hit the share button a bunch of times, and let's see where we go with this. Karen Greenfield, where's the rain? We are going to get to that. And Jessica Ostrander, thanks for being a top fan, and good morning, Carol. All right. So here we go. Heat advisory. That's probably fairly understood. Just, use your common sense, get out of the hot sun. I've often felt like we need a temperature indicator that indicates you're in the sun too. We do have it now. It's called the apparent temperature or skin temperature. And, if we're saying that the heat index is 100 and you're out in the blazing sun, no, it feels more like 110, 120, something like that in some of those cases. So officially heat advisory from Saginaw County, southeastward toward the Detroit and Ann Arbor areas, but all across the area. We've had several days of this now, so definitely make sure you slow down, especially in the heat of the day. All right, I wrote a post about this a couple of days ago. The drought indicator is kind of a lagging indicator because it's used with data up to Tuesday, and then it's issued just now on Thursday morning. It puts abnormally dry from the thumb down in the southeast. Others of you might be saying we're dry too. And so we could have some rain, and it could actually next week go more toward drought because, again, like it's a lagging indicator. All right, so now let's get on to the more important stuff. When's it going to rain? Well, first off, one thing I like, two things I like here, is that we're seeing a larger area of showers and thunderstorms in Wisconsin, in the western UP. That means that the commotion in the atmosphere that gets the rising air going, gets the thunderstorms going, it's starting, it's happening off to the west. And we just need to get that over Michigan. There's plenty of moisture in the air. You can feel it, and that will turn into thunderstorms. But right now, nothing imminent across most of Michigan except for the western part of the UP. All right, now we go to modeling then. Remember, models show us what's going to happen in the future. We've been using weather models in weather for a long time, but you just got kind of exposed to them daily with the coronavirus models. Remember that? So let's look at the models, and we're going to look at the European because we like it. Hey, good morning, everybody. Crystal Nowak says, bad signal. Uh-oh. Sneeze coming. You're the only one that said that, so it might be something on your end. Here we go. All right, this is this afternoon. And as we get into the late afternoon, evening hours, the storm system won't be over us, but there will be enough commotion that scattered thunderstorms start to pop up. But that's not the real rainmaker, if there is a real rainmaker in this. This is tonight, still scattered thunderstorms around. Now, this is tomorrow afternoon. This is tomorrow. And so what you're seeing is a 6-hour rainfall total, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. That indicates that thunderstorms will develop during the day. Rain dances aren't working, says Pamela Yanglin. They just keep doing them. Okay. All right. Now this is Friday evening, Friday afternoon and evening. And what I like about this is we've got a couple of 6-hour periods with thunderstorms flaring up. It's not one of these race on through, one shot, and if you didn't get it, you're done. No, you've got a shot of thunderstorms somewhat from this afternoon, but more likely from Friday afternoon through Friday night. Okay, now we're into Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon. And even in the east and southern part of the state, thunderstorms could develop Saturday afternoon because the slow-moving storm system. And this model has been showing Sunday as well, Sunday afternoon, a flare-up of thunderstorms, mostly in northern Michigan. I think that's going to be pretty isolated and not as widespread as what it looks like on that model. And then after that, we go out into the future and not much, because we're battling a hot atmosphere that actually kills the rainfall. I'll probably have to write a post about that soon, what we call a capped atmosphere. And I'm actually going to show you somewhat what an upper level pattern looks like that is a hot pattern. As in hot, I mean 100 degrees plus. Okay, yeah, we're talking the real stuff. Will my golf night in Bay City be rained out tonight, Kathy Marchluski? Probably not. Hey, good morning, Dan Gaydu. How you doing there, buddy? Developing heat wave? Yes, we're going to show you that. So today we're hot again, high temperatures in the 90s. I feel like the eastern side of the state will be a couple of degrees hotter than what the Weather Service forecast. And that's what I'm showing you here is a Weather Service forecast. I feel like it's going to be about 96, 97 degrees in a lot of places. This is tomorrow. It's not as hot on the official thermometer, but remember, as the rain chances go up and the rain gets going around, the humidity goes up. So you might say, which is more uncomfortable, Thursday or Friday? Because Friday will be higher humidity. Here's Saturday. We're starting to cool down. Remember, I used the quotes, down into the 80s, and Sunday down in the 80s, but I think the humidity will stay high because we never really get a north wind. Okay. And, okay, Bill Hobart, hold on a second. Thank you, Bill. You're saying can't see the map. Let me see if I can try to expand it out for you a little bit. Bear with me a second. All right, let's try that. Okay, so we're Saturday, Sunday, Monday in the 80s. Tuesday, we're getting back to near 90, and Wednesday we are in the 90s, and that's probably a conservative forecast on Wednesday, where it may be in the mid to upper 90s. And I'm wondering now if anybody is going to touch 100 in that case. But the heat wave keeps coming, keeps developing, and all right, good, Bill Hobart. Thank you for mentioning that. Let me make sure you can see this in the right perspective now, too. Okay, now what you're looking at here is the guts of meteorology. These are this is the upper level pattern, about 15,000 feet up. We like to look at it in the future in the summer because it shows us what could happen at the surface. And you're going to see what's going to develop and it's what we call a hot dome in the atmosphere, or a capped atmosphere. And that's what usually gets temperatures to 100 and above. So right now we're at Thursday, we're at Friday, we're at Saturday. You can kind of see why we cool down. We go into a northwesterly flow. Remember, the winds blow parallel to these black lines. So they're coming out of the west, they're going up into southern Canada, dipping down by the time we get to Saturday and Monday. But watch what happens next week. And you see that pink area back in the southwest, pink reddish area? Yes, Stan Hubble, this would be the jet stream. Where the lines are closely packed together, that would be the jet stream. So the jet stream is in the northern part of the U.S. So now we're at Tuesday, but watch what happens. Now here's Wednesday, and that's where we have a stab at a quick 98, 99, 100 degree day. Okay, now we keep going. And as the storm system up in Canada backs off, heads back up toward the North Pole, look what happens as we get into Friday of next week. And admittedly, this is the end of the run, but this is 10 days out. This is next Saturday. And that configuration there, my friends, is a heat wave. It's a real heat wave. It's 100 degrees plus. Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, southern Wisconsin, southern Michigan, yes, all of Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, anywhere in that circular pink area, the temperatures are so warm aloft that they transfer down to the ground. And we don't know if this is a flash in the pan or if this is a week or two. I'm actually going to be talking to the experts at the Climate Prediction Center. We got an email thread kind of scheduled with me. I want to see how long they think it'll last. Now, here's the 8 to 14 day temperature forecast. And do you think they think it's going to be hotter than normal? Yes, they do. They give us about, about an 80 to 90% chance of being warmer than normal 8 to 14 days out. That's the third week in June. And Stephanie Wang Kleckner, how's Midland looking this weekend? You could still have a thunderstorm Saturday morning up to, I would say, 2 in the afternoon. Then I think you'd be done. And you're looking like 80s. You're looking pretty good. Okay, so we're going to take this same model that I just showed you, and we're going to go out pretty far. We're going to go out to next Saturday. There it is, folks. Now, admittedly, this model, give you a perspective, admittedly, this model has been running 2-3 degrees warm. It kind of keeps wanting to try to build this hot dome, and it's always delayed a couple of days, but at some point it's going to happen because it's right there. What's causing this heat? Kim Hammond. Oh boy, that is a loaded question. What's causing this heat? You know, it is a regular weather pattern. We're just hot. I warned you. I warned you in May. I was surprised when we had that couple of week cold spell. I said, man, the atmosphere looks like it wants to be hot to me for the summer. And everybody saw a couple of flakes in May. And they said, oh, no, we're not going to have any summer here in Michigan. I said, don't worry. Once this cold pocket works off, you're going to wish you had some cold pockets around. And I still think it's the case. Those of you that wish for a hot summer, you are getting your wish, and even more so. Hey, Matt Krasansky, I like all your beers. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You're going for 15 beers today on the porch. That sounds like a party. Hey, Bruce Hillier from Chicago. Will this projected heat help water evaporation, help high lake levels? And that's a good question. The answer is yes. If we're not getting rain, we're really hot, humid, high evaporation. It will take lake levels down. But is it just a downward thing on still an upward overall trend? You know, a cyclical yearly wet cycle, or is it the first step toward drying out? Certainly, if you're worried about high lake levels, and a lot of people are, this is a good thing for that because it does take lake levels down. It's just a question of, is it, a turnaround or a brief reduction for a while? It all helps, though. All right, so there you have it. Thanks for joining me this morning on the MLive Morning Weather Update. We're going to get thunderstorms. I'm going to say every location will get some rain. Every location should get a 1/4 inch. More than half of the locations will get a 1/2 inch. And I'm going to say maybe a third of Lower Michigan will get 1 inch or more. And if you get under a thunderstorm, a vigorous thunderstorm for more than a half hour, you could be up to 2 inches or so. So we can get some real gully washers out of this, and we will still have some folks that are too dry going into the hot pattern coming up next week. So that's the way it is right now. If it were a full-blown storm system that was going to get everybody with good rain, it probably would also be an ender of the heat wave. and that's not happening just yet. How far out? We're in the heat of summer. Last half of July, typically the hottest part of summer. Hey, you're welcome, Bruce Hillier. Last half of July, hottest part of summer. It would be very similar to an analogy to the last 2 weeks of January. If we were cold in the first 2 weeks of January, we'd pretty much know that, wow, the last 2 weeks are probably, barring a major pattern change, going to turn out to be even colder. And this will be the case, that the last 2 weeks of July, barring any major pattern change, which can happen, doesn't appear signs of it right now, but will probably be hotter than the last 2 weeks that we just had. So get ready, check on the elderly, get ready to actually have to take some precautions for your health and safety in hot weather. We talk about it here in Michigan. We get a 90-degree day here and there. Oh, it's hot, slow down. This might be something a little bit different. We might get 1, 2, 3, maybe up to 4 100-degree plus days, depending on how it all lays out, and that would be in the southern half of lower Michigan, and that all builds up. So, yes, Alicia and Krista Novak, next weekend we are in for the heat. That's my MLive morning weather update. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you hit the share button. I greatly appreciate it if you do. And remember, we greatly appreciate if you would subscribe to MLive. It's $10 a month. It takes a lot of money to keep you updated on all of the important information right now. And you got to admit that what we got going on now in the world, we need all of the information we can get. Take care. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa.